Here is a brief demo to show you how our game looks like. When we launch the game, you'll see an introduction for the game mechanics. As you may notice, it is a first-person point of view. It's due to the limitations of the game design platform we chose, but also we think it's easier to engage the player compared to using a pre-designed character that the player may not relate to. Due to the nature of this being a casual, non-competitive, and single-player versus computer puzzle game, it does not explain the rules and objectives explicitly in the beginning. Players are going to role-play as the protagonist, a pre-designed main character, to find out more details as the story unfolds. The game also includes several interactive assets, special terrain, and aesthetics to help create an immersive gameplay experience with its narrative storyline and to help the player meet the objective. We intentionally let the players start from the open space, where they're free to explore the game premise. It is up to the player to notice the restaurant and find out where to start. This is their first step into the design process, the notice stage. Because this is an educational game, we decided to make the purpose of the game more explicit by naming and explaining each stage of the design cycle in the beginning of the scene and have a quiz question before moving to the next stage. During the emphasize stage, it is when the player is trying to explore their surroundings and figure out any problems to solve. The player goes to the restroom and only has entered the locked kitchen, where they will explore their surroundings to assess their situation and look for any useful resources with the hints provided. This is also when they discover the main game objective, the challenge to find the missing ingredients, complete the recipe, cook the food, and get assessed by their friends while they experience and learn about the design thinking process. Since this is a puzzle game, the protagonist's problem creates the conflict, and the antagonists may work against them. Game rules and procedures are also integrated here as part of the puzzle. Only completing the trial stage can move you to the next one. Then we move on to the ideate and design stage. The player will use the information provided and their prior knowledge, including prior gameplay experience, knowledge with food and cooking, or maybe they have experienced this particular recipe before, to try to figure out how to find all the missing ingredients and what is needed to complete the dish. When the player has located all the required ingredients, they will give it a try to start assembling and cooking the dish, which will be their first prototype, to see if they found everything they needed. When they click on the correct food ingredient, a brief description about the food will pop up. The player will then try to assemble the dish. It will be brought up to their friend's table by the server to get assessed in the testing stage coming later.